time I used glazing to build up values, and it went well, I learned from it, let's say that. I decided to go back and try and use the airbrush to see if I could get different / better results. So the only change to the colour palette I used was I used Cantor Blue as the first base coat mixed with Vallejo Black rather than Nocturne Green, but then I used Nocturne Green and built on top of that with Moot Green, and then on top of that again for the highlights with Moot Green and White and some Phalanx Yellow. So as I was building those tones here, it went relatively successfully, and then I used some Beltan shade to kind of add shadows into the recesses and pull some of the kind of bigger contrasts together. And then this is me struggling with the eyes. They are the bane of my life. And then we go on to using white scar on the shoulder pauldrons and into Wraithbone on the chest plate, and I then use Agrax Earth shade to kind of shade them, and then work back into those using Wraithbone and white scar, but only picking out bits of the wing to try and kind of get that high contrast again, which is what I was after. This came out way better this time. It was a lot faster, but I think that's down to me using the airbrush more. I certainly think glazing has a really strong place in a painter's arsenal. I'm just struggling with it at the minute, but it's something I'm going to keep up with. I've practiced it, like I said last time. I'd had a go in the past. I was thinking about this slightly before on the blades for my flawless blades in the Emperor's Children, and that again was not easy but more successful because it was only a small area. Right, after I'd finished all of that and kind of touched it up, it was the edge highlighting. And again, for edge highlighting, I used Moot Green, White and Yellow, a stronger yellow mix, and sort of kind of picked out the edges you can see kind of coming up. The other thing that I did was I used Agrax Earth Shade to build up tones in the shoulder pauldron where I wanted to have shadows in the edges of the kind of the flag or the banner that's flying on the... So I wanted to get that kind of curve in that as well to kind of really create the effect. The edge highlights were quite important on this one because it really kind of, with it being so kind of green, and yes, there is contrast, the edge highlights really break the armour up, and if I don't get them nice and crisp, it doesn't work very well. But I think I did okay. I was much happier with this one. I'm planning on doing a video on object source lighting for the lava base, but for today, the winner is the airbrush.